Hello, everybody. You can call me Hunch. And today we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin market. How do you survive this bull run? Which is funny because survive this bull run, that's kind of funny, right? You typically say that in a bear market, but this has been a very challenging bull market, right? Everyone from the previous bull markets were expecting alts to have a run at this point. Clearly, alts are just getting decimated across the board. Memes, Murad, who is the meme coin guru or whatever, down worse than anybody. A lot of his coins are down 85%. Whiff, down, bonk, down, everything down. But I know they're over $1 billion. I'm not saying anything if you got in early. But let's just talk about what's going on. So let's go. So runes absolutely decimated. If you want to go into them, now would be the time. Absolutely decimated. Some people are working on them, like this Bob Bodley, doing an Odin.fund for runes, which is, pump.fund, but for runes. You deposit Bitcoin, supposedly it's fast. But I think the market has really kind of shown what it's going to be like this time. The more you trade, the less you have, right? So I'm sticking to stacks, staking it. I have, obviously, my biggest conviction play is Bitcoin. It will always be Bitcoin, throughout the cycles. But it's a very challenging thing, right? We had a huge run in Bitcoin DeFi when I talked about TRAC and Ghosty Cash and Dika, Arcadico and Alex. And, I think it's going to be much more difficult going forward, right? They have things like Valar, which I think are going to do well, but it's going to be very elusive, right? I think that if you're up, you should be taking profits no matter what, unless you have long-term conviction like I do in Bitcoin and stacks. But what I'm starting to think is that retail is not coming back. I think they've been decimated multiple times. They feel like Bitcoin is too high. And actually, that's what I think makes Bitcoin go even higher, is because they continue to sit on the sidelines. Now, what does that all mean? I think that this cycle is showing its head to be an institutional cycle. So you probably want to be in things that are institutional, right? And I have a few reasons to believe that, right? Lightning Labs is introducing Tether on it, right? Tether is an institution. ONDO continues to perform well, which is, if you don't know ONDO, it's basically treasuries on chain. I think it's on ETH. There is a centralization risk to this, I believe, but it is built on crypto, and it is institutional-like product, over $4 billion in market cap. I do think you should have some exposure to this if you can. I personally don't right now, but it is showing what this cycle is gearing up to be, right? You have the ETFs, you have Bitcoin pumping, and then everything else getting decimated. For example, I called TRAC down in the 20-cent range. It went all the way up to $7, right, up here. And then it completely got destroyed. Now, if you're going to get in TRAC, I would do it now if it's going to survive. They are working with Lightning Labs and all this and all these other things, right? Their competitor Chainlink or whatever you want to look at it, right? I'm not an expert in terms of computer science and coding and stuff. I just kind of look at the market. We're out. I've become much more focused on L1s like Solana, Avalanche, stacks, and then Bitcoin, right? I think that's basically a winning portfolio because I think institutions are coming and they're not going to invest in these low liquidity coins, right? I just don't think it's wise of them. They're going to be investing in Bitcoin. And I think that retail continues to be decimated. Even in memes, they're getting decimated. I know everyone sees the Phantom wallet and they go, oh, look, I made it, right? I don't think a lot of people make it. Like, I think some people make it, but I don't think it's a lot. So I'm looking at it from an institutional-like perspective, right? Bitcoin, some big L1s, stacks, right? And stacks, if they can get the institutional bid with Zest or Bitflow, right? We know that Zest got investment from a big hedge fund guy. I can't remember his name right now. Not Druckenmiller, but whatever the case is, it's one of those guys. So I do think, with institutions being signers for SBTC, it being a decentralized competitor to WBTC and CBBTC, which is Coinbase's Bitcoin, I think that is the way you need to be framing yourself during this bull run. And then again, total market cap, I think you need to be getting out definitely before 10 trillion. I would be even getting out around 7 trillion, maybe 6.5 trillion if you've made it. If you haven't made it, you know, I think there's always time to make it, right? But the longer we go, I think the more Bitcoin you probably should have. But we'll see. I mean, there could be a huge alt season. Maybe there's no alt season at all, or bear market. We'll have to see. But I gotta go. I got duties to do. So anyway, you could call me Hunch.